Hi, this is Mike again, and in this video I'm going to show you how to import a template as a caustic file, import a caustic file as a template, and then I'm going to show you how to export a batch sounds and then reload some of those sounds into the template, which bring in all the mixer, pattern, track preset, all the caustic data, and then export it to a caustic file. From my perspective, this is the real power of this app. This is the reason I actually wrote it, was to be able to take apart a caustic file into individual pieces and then assemble a new caustic file with a bunch of random pieces. And this is going to show you that this application is quite capable of doing that. And as I said before, minus the automation and piano roll, which I'm hopefully going to be getting by the 3.2 release. Okay, so first we're going to create a template from a caustic file, so we'll just use welcome to caustic again. And remember, you've got the metadata to check out what people have written about their track. So we'll use welcome to caustic. Okay. Name it welcome to caustic. Creates the template, saves the template. And now we have the full track data. Song data, patterns, mixer, etc. So then we'll go to the export category and select export as sounds, and we have this list, and we can select a sound, and when you select a sound, you can open the metadata for it and edit it. And I reset the application settings. So in here, metadata export, you'd want to put your default. And we'll save that. Unfortunately, once these things are created, it doesn't refresh because the metadata is already created for this. So you want to make sure you set that settings up first. So the easiest way to do this right now, a workaround, is just re-import it. And then we'll override it. And then we can go back to the export as sounds and see that it has my info here. So now you could go and individually, before you exported these as a batch, you could go in and put metadata for all of them, so it'd be really have a nice explanation for people importing your sounds or for yourself. But right now I'll just leave it at the default. So we'll have select all, and this selects all, and then exports them to the library. By default, there's other configurations which I will get into in other videos. This is the most simplest, and as I said, the default, so it's just putting them into the sounds directory of your library folder. Okay, and then we will import a new sound. So we'll use our sound auditioning. So we'll go to the library, sounds directory, and as you can see, by default, it created a directory called welcome to caustic, which is the template name. So this is a way that it separates when you do batch exports. It actually creates a subdirectory within the sounds of the template name. So we go into here, and then we can audition these with the metadata open. And you can see we've got nice auditioning of them. Vocoder is a weird sound. It doesn't have a preset, so the vocoder would have this file right here has note data, Mixers, it doesn't have a preset, and it doesn't save the wave any samples with it, so it's just basically sequenced. You'd have to reset that up in Caustic. So we'll take the FM synth, and this is where we can import. We have mixer, we have the preset, we have the effects, we have the sequencer, we have the track. So we'll say imported FM, and then we could go back and do the beatbox, add that, imported beats. And now you can see this is where going in and doing this importing, it could be really important to start adding metadata. I'm planning on creating a pretty thorough search function as well. So using tags and searching the description and stuff like that, and the name and the creator. So if you're serious about trying to organize your sounds, it's good to get into this habit of tagging your metadata before you export the sounds. Okay, now we have these two imported, and we'll save the template. And then we can go to our export as Caustic, include the metadata, and it will export it to the exports Caustics by default, which is what we'll use. So Caustic to library, and we'll say exported, welcome to Caustic with 2 sounds. Okay, so it's exported. Now I'll open up Caustic, and we gotta, so then we'll go and load it, and there it is, because we are in the CausticGuide documents, CausticGuide exports Caustic. And you see, since I entered the correct metadata in the settings, it put my name, the vendor, the title. I didn't add a description, and my link, and that would open up a browser. The real cool thing is, you can see now we added the FM synth and the beatbox. And the FM synth has the pattern data. All the patterns that were in there from Welcome to Caustic got copied. The beatbox. All the patterns. The effects were copied here. And the mixer settings were copied. All these settings were from the original Caustic Welcome to Caustic file that we exported and as sounds, and then re-imported them into this new template that we saved a new Caustic file. And you can also see, since we selected track, it actually copied the track data as well with the 2 copied machines. So this is another powerful way that you could merge songs as well. If you had tracks that you knew you wanted to merge together, you could export it as a sound and then merge it with another track that you have, and you would have the song arrangement. And hopefully when I get automation and piano roll, that'll be an option to import as well. So now that we have demonstrated that, I think it's pretty clear what this application does at a simple level. It's meant to break apart a Caustic file, save it to disk, then reassemble and save a new caustic file. That is CausticGuide, and thus the compass. As the template, it's a way to make blueprints, save blueprints, create new blueprints from saved blueprints. That's was my vision in the beginning, and it's come together. And I'll note there is one problem here that I just noticed that I have to fix, but for the messages to the core, Reg's core, got changed on changing a name, and these two added machines should actually be named this in Caustic, and I'm noticing they're not, so I need to fix that. But when you do rename something in CausticGuide, it will rename the actual tracks in Caustic. Thanks.